everybody in the locker room is connected. And many years ago, when Coach Amplo and I were coaching together, we went through a pretty tough thing, and certainly we thank Coach Amplo and Coach Orson for being here, right? These guys, they wear your colors. I know their blue is a little darker right now, but deep down inside, they're Hofstra guys. And Coach Amplo is probably looking around and he's noticing the blue chairs, right? And for the people that don't know, the blue chairs are a little bit of a symbol for what Coach Amplo and I did when we were over in Israel, how we got to connect with the guys, how we got to make them part of a family before we were going to go into the World Games. So we brought them here, and as you guys know, when we get in here, there are no rules. We were here in these blue chairs yesterday, and we asked what was the hardest thing that you've been through, and we bounced around the room and how you're dealing with it. And Coach Gorman, he cried over Nick Colleluori, right? He just said, I don't know how I dealt with losing a teammate like Nick. And still, as the tears ran down his face, it was hard. You could see it. Yesterday was real in these chairs, right? It was real. Well, the other day, Coach Gorman was downstairs, and after now 14 years, it's hard to keep coming up with situations that will mean something. Well, today, Ryan Tierney is about to give you the jersey that Nick wore. We found it downstairs. We didn't put it in a frame. We didn't do anything because we don't know where it's going. But that jersey, 14, 15 years ago, was worn by Nicholas Colleluori. And we just thought in the blue chairs with Coach Orson and Coach Amplo here, we understand that it's going to get out, but we wanted an intimate moment with this because this is where it started, with this circle in the locker room like this, and certainly with Coach Orson and Coach Amplo. We're just thankful that they're here for that. Not to put you on the spot, but when I saw that jersey, it just gives you the chills of what's going on.
The fact that Nick is still threaded here, it just means everything. I look around and I see the light, the blue. That's in Hofstra's, that's in Headstrong's logo. Specifically, he chose that because the university meant so much to him, the team meant so much to him. The team was his lifeline during the 14 months that he battled with cancer. The font is, our Headstrong font is Hofstra's font, and that was all intentional. It's what Nicholas chose. I wish that you knew him, and you knew him through stories, but to know him, and John feeling that way. And his absolute favorite captain ever was John Orson. He's like, Mom, he is a leader, and he's a motivator, and it's somebody that I want to be like, and I hope you know that impression that he left on him. Coach T, you only knew Nick for a short time. He was your first phone call. I'll never forget the words. You said to him, Nicholas, you are Hofstra lacrosse. I will never forget those words. I will never forget what Coach Amplo, when they sat in Ward in my family room, and Nick said, Coach, I'm coming to play. I'm not coming to sit on your bench. I'm coming to play. I want to be a playmaker. And Nick and Coach Amplo developed such a strong bond, and even to this day, Coach spoke one time. What did Nick Colleluori teach you? And I'll never forget his words. I didn't know what he was going to say. Those of you who experienced Coach Amplo kind of know that he's not right sometimes, right? But we love him dearly. And he said, Nick Colleluori taught me love. And he expanded upon that, and he said, in all the years that I coached, we never had a recruit come to make his decision with his girl, because Jordan was an important part of Nick's life. And he said, Mom, if she's happy, then I'm happy, and I know that Hofstra University is right for me. And we'll never forget how this program, this team, this university stands by us and stood by Michael and picked him up. And You know, Michael didn't want to go on after Nick passed away, and this team that came to our home in the final hours of Nick's life and spent with him, and it was normal, and it was happy, and he was confident, and it was, again, it was that love, and we're just so grateful that, you know, Nick will be gone, November 28th will be 13 years, and in one breath it's 13 seconds, and then another time it's a lifetime. But we're just so grateful for what you represent and how you've embraced us and how you keep Nick part of this program, and you know, there's nothing more special, and it was such the right decision for him to come here. So thank you so much.
Coach Amplo, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you'd like to say a few words.
Guys, the only thing I will say is, Cheryl, thank you for those comments. And, yeah, Nick did teach me well. He also taught me that there's a way to be a teammate. There's a standard for what a teammate should be, how a teammate should be described, and what a true teammate is. And Nick is that. And every team I've been a part of since Nick's passing and since being around Nick, I've judged every person within our organizations against him. And I would say to you guys, just like Nick would say, because Nick would have said this if he was still here playing on your team. He would hold you to the standard that he expects. I would say, don't let her down, okay? Don't let him down. You wear the jersey that he wore. There's a standard for what exists in this locker room and on that field and on that turnpike sign. There's a standard that exists. Don't let him down. Don't let today's emotion be just an instance and a box that we check every fall. Live the legacy every day when you walk out onto that field. Don't let him down. And you'll do that by how you play.
If the Colleluori family will please come up, if everybody can surround them, let's break it down with family one time.